webinars every third Tuesday of every month until June. And at the end of this webinar, I'll show everyone where on our website you can find them. You know, if you're an early learning provider and you want to get back to, excuse me, some information that you heard on this one, it's okay. It's recorded and we will post them on the website. And they go up pretty quickly, so they should be up by this week for certain. So we're going to just do introductions really quickly. Like I said, I'm Marlene, and on the call with me is Alex and Shayna. And Alex, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi, my name is Alex Mee. I am the product owner for the registry, Merit. I'll be doing some stuff in the background today and hopefully monitoring some of the questions that come in. Like Marlene said, this will be recorded, but if you have any questions that we don't get to in our time together, as always, your first resource is the Merit inbox. So with that, I'll just pass it over to Shayna, and thanks for joining us.
Hello, my name is Shayna Steinhauer. I'm the Professional Development and Workforce Registry Lead. I will be going over the content today. So we're mainly going to be going over education application, foreign degree process, and education awards. But before we jump into that, I want to go over some housekeeping items. So first off, you'll see a little chat bubble listed towards the bottom of your page. If you'll click on that, you'll be able to ask questions or comments, suggestions. Feel free to do that. Make sure that the option is to everyone, or you can send it to the professional development team so that we can field your questions. And if we are unable to answer them today, we will send out follow-up emails. So feel free to send in your questions and comments. And if you think of any questions or comments later, as Alex said, you can send those questions to the Merit inbox. That's merit@dcyf.wa.gov. We are recording these, and Marlene will go over where those will live a little bit later. Okay, so we're just going to jump into it. Let me go ahead and go to my first screen here. Okay, so let me make sure I'm still logged in. And this is going to be a test site that we're using so that no one's personal information is listed on this site. It's just a fake account that we created. And the test site does take a little bit longer than the live site, so I appreciate your patience. Okay, so I'm going to log in real quick. Apologize for this, just one moment. Okay. Okay, just one moment, please. Okay, so we're working on resolving this issue. We do apologize. We will get back to you in just one moment. Thank you. Okay, while we resolve this issue, we're going to go over we're going to go over the Merit website and where these webinars will be listed.
Shayna, do you want me to go over where they're located on our website?
Yeah. Here, I'll just go ahead and open it up. Okay, so we're on the Merit website, and then go ahead, Marlene.
Oh, have you handed me the screen?
There's a bit of an...
And for everybody joining in tonight, thanks for your patience. This is our first time using WebEx, and we're doing pretty good so far.
Okay, so I think that we're ready to jump into Merit. Let me see real quick, and then we'll bring that back to the end.
Hey, Shana, if you can hear me, I think we're good to go. I sent you a little quick message there about the login info for the test account.
Okay,
go ahead
and
use the name that I sent you there.
Just one moment. Okay.
Go ahead and give it one more go, and then if not, I'll do something in the background here for you.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, hang tight there. I'll fix that for you.
Okay. Sorry, everyone. Okay, so while we're waiting, I'm going to pass this over to Marlene to go over where these live on the Merit website.
All right, let's see, are you guys able to see my screen? Shane, are you able to see my screen right now?
I believe so. You should have the arrow to be able to pick which application you want to present.
All right. So, like I stated in the introduction, we are putting all our webinars on our website. And so far we've done 2. The first one was getting started in Merit, so really learning how to create an account and then get a STARS ID number. And then the second one was really going over the professional record tab. If you view the webinar right here, it'll take you to the link. But before I show you this in more detail, I'm going to show you how to get to this page on our site. Our site has a lot of information, so sometimes it's kind of hard for me to find it. I'm going to show you two ways. From our home site, which is dcyf.wa.gov, you go to Services, and then you go for Providers, and then you click on the link that says Child Care and Early Learning Professional Development. This will take you to our team's webpage, where we have a lot of information for early learning providers, anyone that supports early learning providers, and workforce development. And these webinars, they are Merit webinars. They live under the Merit information tab. If you click on Merit, it'll take you to Merit. And over here on the left-hand side, you can see where we have the newsletters and webinars. We're trying to engage with the community. Another way we're doing that is through newsletters. We've only had one that went out in January, and the next one actually goes out in April, next month. And right now I'm gathering all the topics from people, so if you're listening to this Merit phone call and, you want to share some updates where you work, we want to make it pretty community-based and then also provide other updates from the agency, but as well as the field. So if that interests you, if you want to join the newsletter, you want to receive it, here is my contact information on the right-hand side of the screen. If you click it, it'll open up your email, and you can send me an email saying, hey, I have this update, I would like to share it, or hey, I want to join the newsletter, and I can definitely add you to our listserv. That's one community engagement strategy we're working on. The webinars are also located here. So like I said, right now we only have two. And if you click on it, it'll take you to the video. And we have, if you are interested in, for instance, a webinar.
Mama, what's he doing?
Oh, that's my kid. She just walked in. We have video time markers on them. So, if you don't want to listen to the introduction.
Mama, what's he doing?
A ver, Mariela, ¿me puedes esperar? Sí.
Hey.
You can click on the different time markers, and it'll take you straight to them. So health and safety trainings, that's what you're interested in. You go to 18 minutes, and it'll take you right to it. Let's see. I think I wanted to share something else as well. So save the date. Like I said, we are doing them every third Tuesday of the month. And our next one will be Tuesday, April 16th. And at this point, we are still trying to figure out what we're going to talk about. And we're always open to suggestions. We heard a lot of feedback that people wanted to talk about the education application, and that's why we're doing this one. And here is my contact info. If you guys have any questions, you want to email me. Marila, ¿sabes, por favor? If you want to email me or call me, please do so. And I do speak Spanish. In 1 second, I'm going to see if I can get my daughter down from here, and then I'll be right back. And let me just check to see if, Shayna, are you on the line? Are you able to, have you guys fixed the Merit login?
Yes, we should be good to go. I'm going to pass it back over.
All right. And do I pass it back over to you, Shayna, or do I just stop sharing? Okay.
Marlene, it's at the top if you want to share your screen again and then then go to the top and there'll be an option to share the presentation over to me.
Okay, let's see. I see you as a participant, but I'm not, I can share my screen.
Yeah, so share your Google Chrome screen again. And then up at the top, you'll be able to pass it back over to me. And I do appreciate everyone's patience as we're learning this new webinar system.
Is it makes, oh, yes, I got it. There we go.
Perfect.
Yes, thank you for being patient, and sorry about my daughter. She was climbing all up on the wall and could not get down.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to the Merit website now. So when you first log into your Merit account, this is the page that you will see. So if you want to submit an education application, you will go to the My Education tab. So once you go to this tab, you'll be able to look at previously approved education. This is a brand new account, so there isn't anything listed here at the moment, but I will show you an example of what that looks like when you have a pending education application. I do want to let you know that we have training support or support documents listed on our website, and this is the one in regards to completing your education application. And it takes you step by step of each step, but I am going to go ahead and go over this a little bit later and take you through the site, the actual application. So the first thing that you'll do is you will click on this circle to complete My Education application. If you are an ECAP lead teacher, ECAP assistant teacher, or an ECAP family support staff, you will need to have current ECAP employment at a site before you complete this education application to go in. And the type of application that's called is a staff qualifications application. So to add employment, you would go to this My Record tab, and then there would be a professional record sub-tab underneath it, and you will scroll down. In our second webinar that on the page that Marlene went over, you'll be able to find how you can add employment. And you can also email us as well if you have questions. For now, I'm going to go ahead and say that we are not an ECAP lead teacher, assistant teacher, or family support staff, and we're going to go ahead and hit the Go button. Okay, so there are 3 different sections. I'm going to go over this section right here as well as this section down here. So underneath the diplomas, degrees, and colleges attended section, you will be able to click Add Degree, and you'll be able to select what type of degree or diploma you have. And when you are submitting your very first education application, you want to submit your highest degree earned. So if you have an associate's degree and a bachelor's degree, you want to make sure that you submit that bachelor's degree. That way you will receive an education award, and we will go over those a little bit later. So let's say we do have a bachelor's degree. So the country and state is already listed, but you can change the country here to a different country, and you can change the state as well. For now, we're just going to say that we are from Oregon, so I can show you an example of a tip that would be helpful. So when you click on the school name and you start typing out, let's say, University of, you're going to see that there are Washington colleges and universities that populate here. If you want to enter in an out-of-state college or university, you must type in the full name of the school, and then you will click on the blue highlighted box right here, and then it will populate. If I just typed in University of Oregon and did not click on that, then it would not populate there. Then you're going to determine if you have an ECE major. You can also click on this little I here, and it will take you to a support document in regards to what an ECE major is, as well as specific degrees with emphasis in early learning. So we're going to go ahead and say yes for now. So we're going to type in early childhood education. And then if you have a minor, you will list it here. Let's say that our minor is in anthropology, and then you will list the year received. Let's say that we received it in 2018. Then you are going to hit the Save button if that's the only information you have to enter, or you're going to click Add Another. I'm going to add another just so that we can go over a few different options that are also listed here. So if you are just wanting to have your credits counted, and the credits that we count are early childhood education credits, school age credits, and combined early childhood education and school age credits. So, and we can go into a little bit more detail of what those mean. So if you are only reporting college credits, this is the box that you would choose. You would type in your school name. We're going to go ahead and type in University of Washington for now. We're going to, when you are only reporting credits, you are not able to list the major that you received or the year that you received it, as we're not stating that we have earned a degree. So we're going to go ahead and hit Save. So currently these are pending, not submitted. So if we scroll down a little bit more, we'll go to the certificate and credential information section. So these are the different certificates and credentials that you can have listed or have verified in your Merit account. I'm going to slowly go through these so that you can see all of them. So let's just say that we have a Washington State initial certificate. So that was up at the top. So we're going to click on that certificate, the name of the issuer. Let's say it is South Puget Sound Community College. And then we're going to enter in the date received. It was in 2010. Okay, so then we're going to hit Save. And it will populate here, pending, not submitted. Now I'm going to hand it over to Alex so that he can go over the college coursework section.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so the coursework section or college coursework section is slightly different in that its purpose is for something else. So more often than not, if you're working in a licensed child care facility, you have an annual requirement where you're required to complete X amount of hours per fiscal year. Usually that's 10. And what this allows you to do is take a class from your existing credits that you're reporting or the degree that you've earned and potentially use it down here. So let's say the ECE major that I got from the school where I received my bachelor's degree up top, I want to use my health and safety and nutrition class from that degree to go towards my annual hours required. You can do that. There are some stipulations about how many you can submit per year and how far back we can go. But for this example, because the degree was earned in 2018, we can actually click the Add Coursework section button here and enter some information on a specific class. So here you would just be repeating the name of the school that you put in the degree section and the specific class. I believe I said ECE 107, and that's a health and safety class. It's more often than not, or that class should be included in most all ECE majors that you would be reporting. But as Shana fills this out here, what it's going to do is when we review your documents that you're sending in to support this application, we will take a look and see, look at a specific class for you. and you can use this class to go towards your annual requirement for hours. So let's say this class is a 5-credit class. 1 college credit is actually worth 10 hours. So you would be getting 50 hours just for submitting this, this class here in the application. Shanna, if you want to say any more specifics about how many and what year or how far back you can go with that, go ahead and put that in.
Yeah, so for the college coursework section, you can only submit 3 classes per calendar year. The completion date of the classes can't be more than 3 calendar years old, and they have to be related to early childhood education or education like school age credits. And something else, Alex, if you don't have anything else to add for that section, is that you can currently receive educational exemptions. An educational exemption would meet your initial training requirement, which means that you do not have to complete the Child Care Basics class. In regards to how many credits need to be approved in your merit account, you would need 12 ECE credits, and there are certain certificates, credentials that are approved that you can receive an educational exemption for. If you have any questions, feel free to email us and we can evaluate your already approved education information and determine if you meet that requirement. If you do not have any education listed in your account, our Centralia Merit team, after reviewing your information, they would determine if you meet the educational exemption requirement and they would award that to you when they process your education application. Okay, so just to make sure, Alex, is there anything else that you would like to add for that section? No? Okay. So something else that I do want to go over is for the diplomas, degrees, colleges attended section, our Centralia Merit team, and I will provide you with their information a little bit later, would need copies of your official transcripts. So they would not accept your degree only, and they would not accept unofficial transcripts. They need copies of official transcripts. They can be opened, and we do advise you to write your STARS ID number on each page, and they need the front and back of each official transcript. That, if you send us that information, that will make it a bit quicker for us to be able to process your information so that we do not have to ask for additional documentation. For the college coursework section, we do accept unofficial transcripts, and but if you send in your official, like for this scenario, you are already sending in your official transcripts from University of Oregon, they can verify your college coursework section for that. And one other documentation that would be accepted is if you have your high school diploma or your GED listed underneath this education application, they will accept the diplomas for those 2 pieces of information. In regards to the certificate and credential information, they will need a copy of your certificate or credential to verify your information. So we're going to go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, I was just going to add one thing, everybody. These sections of this application, if you don't have one or the other, they can be completed independent of one another. And again, if you're just, for the degree section specifically, if you're not completed with a degree, there are options in there for you to choose. So let's say you're just trying to meet a credit requirement for your position. Go ahead and send that information in all the same, and we'll process it all the same as well. Thanks, Shanna.
Yep. Okay, so we are going to go to the next step, which would be the My Award, and we will go over education awards a little bit later. We're just going to go through the application first. So what this step will tell you is what you can potentially receive. So we submitted that we had a bachelor's degree, and if that information is verified and approved in our account, then we will receive $200 for having a bachelor's degree. If it is verified and processed that we have an ECE major, we will receive an additional $100 for that. And if we have a ECE certificate or credential, our Washington State ECE initial certificate is verified and processed, we will receive $50. So that is a total of $350. So when you finish your education application, you submit all of the required documentation needed to verify and process your application, and you're notified that you are eligible for an education award. You will need a statewide vendor number. If you have questions about what a statewide vendor number is, we do go over that in our second webinar listed on our account. It's the professional record webinar. If you have questions, feel free to email us. We can assist. The statewide vendor number allows us to pay out any approved payment, whether that's education award or a training reimbursement on your individual merit account. Okay, so we're going to confirm that the information that we provided is true and accurate, and that if you are approved or if this information is verified, that you will accept the award offered. So we will go ahead and click to the next step. This step is to confirm your mailing address, and it will also confirm your former name. So if you have, say that your last name is, your maiden name was Smith and your current legal name is Anderson, you want to make sure that Smith is listed here, because if it's listed on your high school diploma or your associate's degree and it does not match what's listed in your merit account, then that will cause a delay, because our Centralia Merit team would need to request that you add that former name so they can verify that they are submitting that information onto the correct account. So please, when you are in your merit account and you're submitting an education application, please list your former name here. Okay, so we verified that this information is correct. Oh, and just to go over it, if you click on Add Former Name, you just type in your first name, middle name if applicable, and your last name, and then you'll hit the Save button. So we're going to hit Next. So this is the last step. It says here that you need to now gather your supporting documentation and send it to our Centralia Merit team. It lists what is needed. So for the diploma and degree section, official transcripts from your college or university. And we advise you to have those mailed to your home. This just makes it easier for us to be able to have you write that STARS ID number and send it to us so that we know that these transcripts are attached to this account. And it will also make it to where you are not delayed in sending that information, because in the mail sometimes mail gets lost. And so if you have it sent to you, you will know when that's received, and then you can send it to us with your just copies. You can keep the originals. That way you don't have to request for new transcripts if you send them to us and they get lost in the mail. So please do that in front and back of your official transcripts. And then the college coursework, the unofficial transcripts are accepted. If any of the college credits were received outside of Washington State, you must include a copy of the course description. The education verification team will contact you if additional information is needed. For certificates, they just need a copy of your certificate, for example, a child development associate. And you can upload your documents here. So if before you submitted this education application, you were ahead of the game and you requested for your documentation, or you already had them, you can go ahead and scan them to onto your computer, and then you can click on the upload or the choose files. You'll click on the file, it will be listed here, and then you'll click on upload documents. So this is the email. If you have any questions in regards to what is required documentation-wise, when your application is going to be verified, if you if you have any questions in regards to education, feel free to contact our Centralia Merit team. You can also contact us. We may be able to assist you. And if we are unable to, then we'll go ahead and forward it over to the Centralia Merit team. You can also email your education documents to our Centralia Merit team as well, so feel free to do that. And I will provide you with their mailing address once we go up to this support document I have up here. So now what we're going to do is type in our signature. I believe this is the name listed on the site.
So go ahead and you want to click leave site there, Shayna.
Oh, okay.
For the browser here. So while we're waiting for the screen to load into the next, I'll just say a few things about submitting the application. This will work on some mobile devices, but you're probably going to have the most success on a personal computer. The application itself should work in most browsers. Most people tend to have the most success with Chrome and Firefox, followed by Internet Explorer. But they should work in those cases. The other thing I wanted to say is it is important that you make sure the name matches the name that for your transcripts, or use add a former name to your individual merit record. As Shayna said, there's a team down at Centralia College in Washington State that actually is processing these applications and evaluating the credits earned, so on and so forth. But it is a college, so you can imagine that they're probably receiving a lot of transcripts. So we just want to make sure the transcripts get to the right people. You probably have the most success uploading them, but you can send them via USPS, and you can also send them electronically to that email address there. So it looks like that actually took Shayna. I don't know what happened there, but let me just take a look. So I don't know if you folks can hear me, but I'm having trouble hearing you, Shayna. Can you make sure that your mic's on?
Yep, I'm here. Yep, I do apologize. Thank you for catching that.
Okay.
So
let me just back up real quick and just say, okay, so the application was pending. If you want to show them that from this page here, that you would have received a confirmation email that your application was submitted successfully, followed by your next steps. What Shane is looking at right now is a copy of the My Education tab in your record. So Shana, if you want to start from there, maybe that should be perfect from where at least I lost you.
Yeah, I apologize for that. So once you have your education application listed on your merit account, you will go to your My Education tab, and you'll be able to see the verification status. So once our Centralia Merit team receives your documents, they will change your verification status from awaiting documents to under review. And same with down here as well. If you have any questions on the status of your documents, feel free to email the Merit inbox or the Centralia Merit team if you want to verify that your documents were received. You can send those to us if you're experiencing any issues, and we will forward it over to the Centralia Merit team. So Alex, if you don't have anything else to add, just want to make sure.
No, go ahead and continue.
Okay.
I'm here.
So
but maybe we should, sorry, one more thing. So I'm not seeing, we have a chat box on the right of the screen here. It should be up in front of you. So if anyone wants to type in questions as we're going through this, I'm going to do my best to get through them. But I haven't seen any come in yet, so I just wanted to point that out, that feature is there for you.
Yeah, so what you'll do is on your screen, you should see a little thought bubble, and if you click that, it will open the chat box. Please, if you are typing in, make sure that the drop-down box says everyone or to the professional development team so that we can view your questions. So I'm just going to wait one moment to see if any questions come in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to a support document. If any questions do come in, we will stop and address them. So I'm going to go ahead and start on the Complete Your Education and Merit. So this is the step. These are the steps that we went through. Prepare to submit your education application. So getting started, is your degree in a language other than English? So you can review here how to process a foreign degree. So once you click on that, it will open a tab that looks like this. So if you have a degree and or diploma earned outside of the United States, you will come to this support document here. Are your transcripts in English? Yes. Then you will email your documents to our Centralia Merit team to see if a third-party evaluation is needed. If it is not needed, then you will complete the education application and submit your documents. If it is needed, then you will get a course-by-course evaluation, so that will take us over here. If your transcripts are not English, you will click the no, or you'll go down to the no, and you can get your course-by-course evaluation. You can contact a NACES organization listed below. And once you receive your course-by-course evaluation, you can then complete an education application. So here are some questions and answers that would be helpful for you as if you do need to go through this process. You can choose from any of the member organizations listed on this link. Prices, process, and turnaround time varies by organization. And then there are 2 organizations listed down below here. So if you scroll down a little bit more to the second page, there are some common questions listed. These are listed on the Merit page on the DCYF website, and we'll show you where all of these support documents live. So if we go back here, that's how we get started. And I also advise you to request your education documents just so that your education application will go by a bit quicker. So step 1, select the blue button to add information to each section. You'll go to the My Award, which will give you information on what you can possibly receive, your personal information, review and submit, and then this is where you can send in your documents. So you can either upload your documents by selecting the Choose File button. You can email your documents to the Centralia Merit team, or you can mail your documents to our Centralia College team. Please make sure that you say Attention Merit. Centralia College has a lot of different departments and teams, and to make sure that your documents get to the right team, you'll want to list that there. To help your documents be processed, submit copies of official transcripts and write your first and last name and STARS ID number on all of the documents. If you have questions, feel free to contact us at this email and phone number listed here. And then there is also a common questions section. This document is also listed on the Merit page on the DCYF website. The average time it will take to verify is 2 weeks to 4 weeks, so 30 days maximum. And this goes over the different sections here. This will take you if your degree or high school diploma is from another country. And then just a few other questions here. So if you want to go over those, feel free to go to that document and it will provide you with additional information. So we've talked about education awards, and I do want to go over what those options are. So we're going to go over the education awards, but I just want to take a moment here and see if there's any questions. Okay, I'm not seeing any, but feel free to send in those questions if you do have any at the moment. So DCYF uses the Professional Development Achievement Framework to recognize and reward the educational achievements of all early learning professionals. So once you complete your education application in Merit and have your education verified, you may be eligible to earn education awards. And what is helpful is that all of the different awards that you can potentially receive are listed here, as well as the amount that is connected. So feel free whenever you need to. We will show you where this document lives, and we'll be able to go over that. And then there is also, to receive your award, you must have a statewide vendor number. You can find the forms, the application along with instructions if you go to this site, which is also on our DCYF website. I'm going to pass it over to Alex to go over movement.
Thank you. So like Shana said, we award you for your highest level of completed education in any category. But what if you later attain a higher degree? That's something that we call movement. So let's say you received an AA degree in 2018, and this year in 2019, you received a higher degree, such as like a bachelor's degree in early childhood education. If you were to submit a second application or education application after your initial application is approved for that AA, we will evaluate the transcripts. You would follow the same procedure, and we would evaluate whether or not you are approved to receive an additional education award. Rule of thumb is that the degree major cannot be the same level in a different area of study. It, in most cases, has to be higher. And we do want you to initially submit your highest level of completed education. So when you first submit the first application, you want to make sure that contains your highest level of degree that you have earned thus far. Now, what if you've already submitted an education application and it's already been processed and you haven't, but it wasn't your highest level of completed education? Maybe it was years ago and you didn't understand the process. Go ahead and submit an additional application and follow the same steps, and we're going to evaluate those on a case-by-case basis depending on each individual circumstance. If you have more questions about movement, go ahead and send that to the main Merit inbox, and we'll give you that contact information at the end as well.
Thank you very much. Okay. So the last bit of information here is what is an ECE major? So it can be early childhood education, human development with a specialization in ECE, children's studies, childhood education, or elementary education with one of the following endorsements. If your degree major is not listed above, but you believe it is an ECE major, we can review your transcripts in more detail to see whether your major aligns with Washington State core competencies and ECE credential standards. And there's also our contact information listed there. Okay, so let's see if we have any other questions here. Okay, so I do not see any questions. Alex, do you have anything else that you would like to add that we haven't gone over before we pass it over to Marlene to go over the support documents page?
Not currently, but if I think of anything and towards the end there, I'll go ahead and jump in. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so just one moment. Something that I do want to reiterate is that not all children's studies degree are an ECE major. They will be evaluated to see if they meet the competencies that I mentioned below. So we do appreciate when you want to provide background information on why you believe it should be an ECE major, and we will take that into consideration. So if you have any questions or opinion on what your major is, feel free to contact us and we can provide further clarification. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen over to Marlene.
Thank you. Let me see if I can. All right, so this is the Merit and Training Support page where we have a lot of information, and I'm actually going to show you how to get to this page if you're at the home page. This is our homepage, dcys.wa.gov, or you can Google it. And you would go to Services for Providers, and then you go to Child Care and Early Learning Professional Development. Like I mentioned before, this is our professional development page, so if you have any questions about education, if you support early learning providers or workforce development, this is really the home page for professional development. And once you're here, it's pretty easy to navigate. Everything will be found on the left-hand side of each screen. So if you click on Merit, the support documents that Shana was referring to are support documents on the different areas of Merit. And here is Merit. And if you go to training and support. Yes, so training and support. Merit, training, and support, there's a lot of one-pagers. And we're actually going to be redoing this page so it's easier to navigate, but at least you know how to get to it. You know, there's a lot of documents, how to register in Merit and apply for STARS ID, what education verification is. This is the document that Shana just was just sharing. So everything, all these documents will be up in here. And we're also redoing them. So these look a little different. You know, the logo is outdated. We're no longer the Department of Early Learning. So this one will look a little different, but all of the information will be the same. But now you know how to get there. And since we have 4 minutes, I wanted to talk about really quickly just college programs and scholarships. A lot of people do not know that there are scholarships available. And I just wanted to navigate to this page, which can be found, you know, on our, let me go back to it just so everybody knows how to get there. So services, providers, and then professional development. And if you go to, I am an early learning provider, you know, you're an early learning provider, you want to know more about college programs and scholarships, right here on this tab, you can learn more about that. A lot of people don't know that there are tools to help you, you know, to help you plan your career in early learning, and also grants that help you go to school. And this is our career planning portal. It's a very easy website to navigate. You can explore your options, and this is how you get to it. But yeah, that's how you get to this most information. You just go to our PD page, and from there you can either choose options if you're an early learning provider, or if you're supporting an early learning provider, or if you just want to navigate the merit information. I want to bring up my information one last time. We're going to be sending out all this information. We have all of your email addresses. So I will be following up with everyone with a survey, and I hope that everybody takes it. We want to hear your feedback. I know there was some hiccups at the beginning, and like I mentioned, thank you for being patient. WebEx was new to us, and this is our first time actually using it. And we want to hear your feedback, and if you definitely have suggestions on any future topics that you'd like to see discussed during the webinar series, don't hesitate to reach out. And the survey's really quick. It takes 2 minutes on average, and it's got 5 questions. So we will be following up with everyone. And does anybody have any last questions or comments or feedback? But I think we're done, and we did it right under an hour.
Perfect.
So, yeah,
Marlene, could you – oh, go ahead, Alex.
Oh, sorry. So I just wanted to comment, I don't know what's going on here, but it seems highly suspect, that we haven't had too many questions coming in. I mean, everyone has questions, right? So, Marlene, thank you for putting up your contact information there. Maybe what we'll do is we'll go ahead and any questions that you attempted to ask, if there was any, go ahead and send those to the main merit inbox. Shana, maybe you want to dictate like maybe a subject heading so we can get back to them or the people that attended the webinar with a bit of priority going from here.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
So go ahead.
So
go
if
ahead
you
go ahead and email the merit inbox, and Shana, go ahead and pick a subject heading to put in that email, and we'll give them priority so we can get back to them for attending.
Yeah, if you, just so that we can identify that it is a merit webinar question, if in the subject you type in merit webinar, and then in the content you can list any questions, suggestions, opinions that you have, that is helpful. One other thing I want to go over, Marlene, I see that you're going to that merit training and support page. If you could scroll down just a little bit. We also have an FAQ list here. So there's different options there. Feel free to go through and see what is listed there. Also, if you send in your questions, this helps us determine what we need to provide more information about. And so we want your questions to come in. We want your opinions or suggestions on how we can make this webinar as well as any support documents that we have, so that we can make those more accessible and easier for you to understand. So please send in those suggestions. That's helpful for us.
Thank
well,
you,
thank
Shana.
you, everyone, for joining.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much as well.
And we will be following up with everyone, like I said, with this information that we provided and a survey.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Marlene. Thank you, Alex. I hope that everyone has a great night, and I hope that you all enjoyed the sunshine. I believe we're supposed to have more tomorrow. So thank you again, and I hope that you join us for the next webinar. We will share that communication out as soon as we determine what the next topic will be.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.